All right, it's movement going on. Yeah, I had to hurry up and get home so that we can catch this. So I do apologize. It's probably like thrown together. Cause today is Mr. Truth's birthday. We having a day party. And yeah, okay. It's been a lot of moving parts. But I made it home just in time because y'all already know I gotta get baby Truth. And according to what the blogs are saying is Bortlen is set to take the plea deal. Picture this and that. What's up, Zaria? What's up? Yeah, I almost thought I wasn't gonna make it. I almost thought I wasn't gonna make it, y'all. But I made it. Do I got my volume up? Okay, I got my volume up. But yeah, like I said, me personally, I felt like he should take the deal. And the chatter now is that he is set to take the deal. According to what I heard on Remo's post, is that according to the victim's father, he'll be out in like have to do 6 years or something like that. Oh, that's what live you was at, y'all. Because I did have this live scheduled, but I was out. Like I said, we having a big old day cookout for Mr. Truth. And I really thought I was gonna miss it. But here we are. So I made it because I had to come get the grandbaby anyway. So yeah, so we just waiting for it. I'm waiting to hear the details because the conversation has been everybody's like, oh, he got to do this on Melly, whatever, whatever. So I'm glad we're getting to see it so that we can get the details of his plea agreement. So yes, according to sources, including one of the victim's father, Bortlen is signing a plea. He is taking a deal. According to how it was broken down, it's supposed to be 10 in, 6 on probation, and due to the amount of time he would have to do, I think it's like 6 years. And I don't think the 6 years include the time he already did, but we'll find out, y'all. But yeah, so according to what everybody is saying, including, like I said, the victim's father, yes, Bortland is set to take. I know his name. We don't fool with each other, so I don't say his name. I know what his name is though. What's up, Cherise? Drive carefully. He got it's a we'll find out in court, okay? We'll find out in court. But according to what they said last week, he don't have what's up, Jay? He don't have to testify. It's a and this is what I kept telling y'all, it's a no contest, right? Um Plea. So if he ain't even telling on himself, I just doubt that he got to tell on somebody else. He ain't even admitting and doing nothing. He's just saying, all right, I'm taking this. And it's a good deal. Even though it's a lot of time, it's still a good deal. Because at the end of the day, like I said, if I was on the jury, I would convict Bortland. You know what I'm saying? So please stop mentioning people's names because that's gonna get you blocked, my boy. We don't do all that. We don't do all that. Mima, what's up? Stop asking me about people. Like, especially people I don't even fool with, and they don't fool with me. So that's that. Crazy Auntie, what's up? So we just sitting here, y'all, waiting for them to get started. It was supposed to start at 2:15. He is set to take the plea. For those that's just tuning in, he is set to take the plea. Yes, YNW Bortlen is set to take the plea. Is set to take the plea. Hey, hold on. I'm trying to make sure my stuff. We see YNW Melly family on the front row. Okay, so it should be in a few moments then. So how much time is that in the cell? About 6 years, according to, again, I'm going off of what the blogs have posted. It ain't started yet. We'll find out in a minute. But me personally, and again, we'll find out when it starts. But me personally, I don't feel like they might be about to start. I don't feel like this gonna have any bearing on Melly case on some real stuff. That's just me. But we'll find out. Here we go. No, YNW Melly hired Drew Finland, or however you pronounce his name. Salute, Mika. Big Slime said, no way he only getting 6 years. That's how much time he getting 10 in, though, according to what they putting out. But we'll find out in a few. Still a lot of time, but 5 life sentences was a lot to be looking down, okay? I'm pretty sure of it, but we'll find out, y'all. This is the plea hearing that we're watching, so they gonna all the questions y'all got about what he gonna have to do, what he got to do this. We should be able to hear it here, but I have not heard that he has to do any testifying. I know y'all lying. Y'all hit that like button. It's 112 of y'all in here. We ain't even at 50% likes. Y'all hit the like button, share the live. Keep the comments running. Y'all already know I am not a live channel, so I need y'all to keep the comments running. Support the channel. Keep the comments moving. I don't care what you're talking about. You can write Bortlen Cook all of it through there. That's cool. But hit the like. Thank you, Jazz. Comment, run it up. He is set to plead out. Y'all see YNW Melly mom is in there, brother is in there. I'm assuming Bortlen's family is other people in there. Not, we haven't too much saw what his family look like, but I do see YNW Melly's mom and brother who are there to support Bortlen. I appreciate it. Hit the like, hit the like. Y'all know this. I ain't a live channel, so engagement is key for my channel. Engagement is key. I appreciate y'all. Y'all running them lights up. I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
State, are you ready for me to go?
I'm gonna mute so we can listen.
Bet you ready for me to go on the record? All right. Court order, you good? Okay, let me go back on the record. This is on the top of my page 5, State versus Cortland Henry, 19-1871 CF10A and 23-10643 CF10A. I've got Ms. Collins, Mr. Griffiths present for the state. I've got Mr. Haddad, Mr. Nascimento present for Mr. Henry, who likewise is present. So I had set this afternoon the deadline as to whether or not Mr. Henry wanted to accept the state's offer or not. We were set to go with jury selection tomorrow morning. So Mr. Haddad or Mr. Nascimento, we're going forward with a change of plea this afternoon. And state, is it the same terms that you discussed previously? Is there anything different?
No, Your Honor, that has changed. It's correctly reflected in the forms.
So the preforms to me look like on the 19th case as to the 2 counts of accessory after the fact, as well as to all 4 counts in the 23 case. These are going to be adjudications, 10 years Florida State Prison, followed by, that's a 6 years probation.
That's correct.
6 years probation. All counts will run concurrently, all sentences run concurrently with one another. It looks like there's no restitution in the 23 case. In the 19 case, I'm reserving restitution and ordering it payable. That's going to be to Terry Bagley as well as Ashley Phillips.
Yes, Your Honor.
So we now have to
We've spoken to them and they don't anticipate there being any restitution.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll give you 120 days to tell me the amount.
Yes, Your Honor. They are present as well too, so our victim advocate has informed them of that.
Okay.
If there's any restitution, they can let us know.
Okay.
As of today, they said there is none.
All right, and state, is that the complete term? That's it?
He's also going to be giving it to Crawford, Your Honor, at a later time.
Well, is that part of the negotiated
Yes.
resolution?
It is.
So tell me how that works. Sure. Sure, come on up. Madam Clerk, this is not up.
Shoot. They stopped it at a certain point. I did hear them say that YNW Bortlen will have to give a proffer. That is never good. Okay. Hold on. Okay, that is never good. Never. Hearing a proffer is never good in a plea agreement and you got co-defendants. They went to a sidebar, so I can't even tell you. They must want it off the record, but we all heard it that they have. Now we can start assuming, okay? Because they did say YNW Bortlen is set to give a proffer. The terms of the proffer, we don't know because they went to the sidebar. This is not a Gunner type situation, y'all. Gunner didn't do a proffer. Don't compare this to a Gunner situation, okay? This would be a Cornelius Smith did a proffer. 6ix9ine did a proffer. Rollo did a proffer. Like those are the situations that had proffers, okay? For those on the West Coast, Keefe D did a proffer. Like that's where you provide, okay, information that can't be used against you, but can be used against somebody else. Proffers, the truth. Proffers, facts. That's what a proffer is. So the fact that we heard a proffer included with a plea normally is bad for business. But we're gonna keep clean for a day. Yeah, for those who know.
Mr. Henry, I'm going to put you under oath, and I'm going to ask you some questions. If I ask you something you don't understand, please let me know. I'll try to ask you a better question, okay? As loud as you can so the court reporter can get down all the answers, okay? Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth? You can put your hand down. Please state your full name. How old are you? How far did you go in school? Do you read and understand the English language? Are you presently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol? Have you ever been treated for a mental illness? Are they giving you any medication in the jail right now? How are you feeling this afternoon? Your head is clear? You understand what's going on this afternoon? You understand you're resolving 2 pending felony cases this afternoon? Mr. Haddad or Mr. Nascimento, have you seen or heard Mr. Henry say or do anything which would call into question in your mind whether he understands what's going on?
Nothing at all. No, no.
All right, so Mr. Henry, it's 2 cases, sir. I'm going to go one at a time. In case number 19-1871 CF10A, this is before the agreement you made with the state, before the deal you made with the state. You were charged as follows. Counts 1 and 2 is murder in the first degree with a firearm. Those are capital offenses. The maximum and mandatory penalty is life in Florida State Prison. Counts 3 and 4 are accessory after the fact to murder in the first degree. Those are each first degree felonies. The maximum penalty is 30 years in Florida State Prison. In case number 23-10643 CF10A, you're charged at count 1, tampering with a witness in a capital felony. That is punishable by life in Florida State Prison. Count 2, directing the activities of criminal gang. That's a first degree felony. Again, punishable up to life in Florida State Prison. Count 5 is conspiracy to commit tampering. Again, as it relates to a first degree murder charge, that is punishable by a maximum penalty of life in Florida State Prison. At count 7, unlawful use of a two-way communication device as charged. That's a second degree felony. The maximum penalty is 15 years in Florida State Prison. So, sir, again, before the agreement you made with the state, before the deal you made with the state, your maximum exposure here was life in Florida State Prison, followed by 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 75 years in Florida State Prison. Sir, do you understand all the pending charges and the maximum possible penalties involved? And it's my understanding that you want to resolve both cases today. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that resolution is an agreement you've reached with the state, the terms of which are as follows. Number 1, in the 19 case, you're going to plead no contest to both counts of accessory after the fact. In the 23 case, you're going to plead no contest to all 4 counts as charged. In exchange for that, the state is going to null process, that is, drop the 2 first degree murder counts. All right, I'm going to adjudicate you guilty. Yes, sir. What's happening with that?
That would be no problem.
So he's only going to plead to the tampering with a witness in a capital felony, conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device?
Just the tampering and the unlawful use.
Just count 1 and count 7. State, you're going to null process count 2 and count 5,
Correct.
as it relates only to Mr. Henry.
Correct.
Okay. So, Mr. Henry, what it's going to be is 2 counts of accessory after the fact, tampering with a witness in a capital felony, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. In exchange for that, I'm going to adjudicate you guilty on the 2 accessory counts as well as the tampering count. I'm going to sentence you to 10 years in Florida State Prison. That will be followed by 6 years of reporting probation. In the unlawful use of a two-way communication device, that's a second degree felony. The maximum exposure.
It's a third degree murder.
It's a second as charged, I believe. It's a third, except as it relates to a capital case. But I'm happy to
Our
look it
team
up.
has the third that we discussed, so.
Well, what did you want the negotiated sentence to be for that?
That was just going to be the maximum time, sir.
5 years? Is that what you're going to do?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so sir, as to that count, it's going to be an adjudication of 5 years in Florida State Prison. So the 2 accessory counts as well as the tampering count, those come with 6 years of reporting probation after the Department of Corrections sentence. I'll give you credit for all the time that you've served in both cases. All of those counts will run concurrently. All those sentences will run concurrently. All counts in all cases, that is at the same time with each other. I'm going to have to impose mandatory court costs. I'm going to order restitution payable to Terry Bagley and payable to Ashley Phillips and reservists to the amount. I'm going to give the state 120 days to tell me the amount of that restitution. If they fail to do so within 120 days, there will be no restitution. If they come back with an amount and the attorneys agree on the amount, I will impose that as another condition of your sentence to pay back that restitution. If they come back with an amount and the attorneys do not agree on the amount, I will conduct a restitution hearing. Sir, lastly, and I want to make it very clear on the record, and it's unrelated to this negotiated change of plea, I guess at some point after the fact, the state wants to take a proffer from you or have a discussion with you, ask you some questions about whatever that may be. What I want you to understand, sir, is I guess that's part of this negotiated resolution, but your answers to any of those questions, whatever they might be, have no bearing on me and have no bearing on this negotiated resolution. In other words, the deal you've negotiated is the deal you've negotiated, and that's the ballgame. Do you understand all that, sir? Have you had enough time to talk to your lawyers about all that? They've answered all your questions? You're sure that that's what you want to do? Because I want to emphasize, Mr. Henry, and I'm going to do this again at the end of my plea colloquy, whether you resolve the case by way of a negotiated plea or an open plea to me, or you resolve the case by way of a trial, it doesn't matter to me at all. But due to the resources that have been devoted to this case, I have 250 jurors summoned for jury duty starting tomorrow. So I want to be very thorough with you here this afternoon, because if you wake up tomorrow or the next day and you decide you've changed your mind and you want to resolve this case, both cases, by way of a jury trial, that's not going to happen. All right? If you want to have a trial, the trial starts tomorrow. If you want to accept the deal, you can accept the deal today. But there's not going to be any buyer's remorse, in other words, because I've given you plenty of time to think about this, talk to your lawyers about it, talk to your family about it. I talked to you about it last week. Kind of looks like your lawyers probably did something or other to get a better disposition for you as of this afternoon, but this is it today. So understanding all that, you've had enough time to talk to your lawyers about all that. That's what you want to do. So, sir, has anyone forced you, threatened you, or coerced you in entering these pleas? If I accept your pleas, there will not be a trial in either one of these cases. Do you understand that? If I accept these pleas, there's a whole bunch of constitutional rights you are giving up. I want to make sure you understand all of those rights. You have the right to maintain your plea of not guilty and have a trial in each case. You have the right to present defenses, to file motions and other pleadings in support of your defense. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to have the state prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to confront and cross-examine the witnesses against you. You have the right to appeal any decisions that I may have made up to this point or any rulings I might make in a future trial. But understanding by entering this negotiated resolution today, you are giving up all of those rights. The matter is going to be resolved today, right now, this afternoon. Is that what you want to do? Are you satisfied with your lawyers? Have you had enough time to speak with them? Have they answered all your questions? Are you satisfied with all the work that they have done for you? Sir, I've got two identical plea forms here entitled Plea of Guilty or No Contest to Criminal Charges in Circuit Court. Each one has your name on the top, your initials on the left-hand side, front and back, and your signature on the back. Did you go over both of these forms? Any questions about what's on either of these forms? And is that your signature on the back of each form? Sir, there's a few things that I need to tell everyone that I take a plea from. They may or may not apply to you. If you are not a citizen of the United States, these pleas will result in your deportation. Do you understand that? Under the provisions of the Jimmy Rice Act, if the offenses to which you are pleading are sexually violent or sexually motivated offenses, or if you've been previously convicted of such offenses, then these pleas will subject you to an involuntary civil commitment as a sexually violent predator upon completion of your sentences. Do you understand that? If these are drug offenses, the Department of Motor Vehicles will revoke your driver's license for a period of 1 year. Do you understand that? Sir, paragraph 11 of each form that you sign reads as follows. I acknowledge that my attorney and I have reviewed any discovery disclosed by the state. My attorney and I are unaware of any physical evidence for which DNA may exonerate me. In other words, sir, if there's any physical evidence in the case that we could test for DNA, that DNA evidence would not tell me that you were not one of the people in that vehicle when these crimes occurred. But actually the opposite would be true. If there was any such physical evidence that could be tested for DNA, that DNA evidence would tell me that you were one of the two people that was inside this vehicle when these crimes occurred. Sir, do you agree with that statement? State, do you agree with that statement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, do you agree with that statement? Mr. Henry, understanding everything that I have talked to you about up to this point, do you still want to go ahead and resolve both cases today, right now? Defense, is he stipulating to a factual basis for the purpose of each plea in both cases?
Yes.
And if he's entitled to a PSI, defense, are you going to waive that as to each case?
Absolutely.
State, is there anything else that you need me to do before I take his plea?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So Mr. Henry, again, two cases, we're going to do one at a time. In case number 19, 1871 CF10A. As to count 3, accessory after the fact to murder in the first degree. And as to count 4, accessory after the fact as to murder in the first degree. How are you going to plead, sir? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? In case number 23, 10643 CF10A. As to count 1, tampering with a witness in a capital felony, and count 7, unlawful use of a two-way communication device. How are you going to plead, sir? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? I will accept your no contest pleas as to each. I'm going to find a factual basis to support each based upon my review of each electronic probable cause affidavit as well as your stipulation in court here today. I'm going to further find that you have freely, voluntarily, and intelligently waived your rights, that you have knowingly entered each plea with the advice of competent counsel who you've told me that you are satisfied with, that you understand the nature of the charges and the consequences of the plea. Accordingly, and pursuant to the negotiated agreement, I will sentence you as follows. In case number 19, 1871 CF10A, as to count 3 and count 4, I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 10 years in Florida State Prison. That will be followed by 6 years of reporting probation. I will impose mandatory court costs. Pursuant to 943.325, I will need a set of your prints and DNA. Pursuant to 938.27, I will impose a cost of prosecution of $100. Sir, I'm also ordering restitution in that case payable to Terry, T-E-R-R-I Bagley, B-A-G-L-E-Y, and Ashley, A-S-H-L-E-Y Phillips, P-H-I-L-L-I-P-S, and reserving as to the amount. I'm going to give the state 120 days to tell me the amount of the restitution. If they fail to do so within 120 days, there will be no restitution. If they come back with an amount and the attorneys agree on the amount, I will impose that as another condition of your sentence to pay back. If they come back with an amount and the attorneys do not agree on the amount, I will conduct a restitution here. That will conclude that matter. In case number 23, 10643 CF10A, as to count 1 and count 7, I will adjudicate you guilty. Count 7 is a sentence of 5 years in Florida State Prison. Count 1 is a sentence of 10 years in Florida State Prison, followed by 6 years of reporting probation. I will impose mandatory court costs in that case as well. I will not impose the cost of prosecution in that case as I just did so in the previous case. Pursuant to 943.325, I will need another set of your prints and DNA. All of these, there is no restitution in that case. All of these sentences, all counts, both cases, will run concurrently. That is at the same time with each other. I will give you credit for all the time that you have served. State, in 1871 CF10A, your announcement as to counts 1 and 2.
The state will not announce any null process to those counts, Your Honor.
And in case number 23, 10643 CF10A, state your announcement as to count 2 and count 5.
The state will announce any null process to those counts as well.
Okay. I think that concludes all the matters. State, is there anything else that you need me to do regarding Mr. Henry in either case?
If you just have one moment.
I'm looking at the plea forms, the 23 case, they have 707 days credit for time served. In the 19 case, 1,340 days credit for time served.
Nothing else, Your Honor. I think we just have it in order.
So listen, my the fee hearing docket is at 3:30 p.m. So
We've already spoken with BSI. I think we're just in order. Here for about a week.
okay. I mean, I was going to make it available if you wanted to do it now.
I think BSI was probably.
Okay, so they're in charge.
Coordinated with.
Yeah.
Judge.
Anything else from the defense on behalf of Mr. Henry?
No.
All right, Mr. Henry, I'm not quite sure how your lawyers managed to do this, but I wish you good luck, sir. Yeah, he'll be on, Mr. Nesmith and Mr. Haddad. We'll have a probation officer here tomorrow. He'll be on my docket tomorrow morning for the instructions on probation. So I will sign all the paperwork if you want to stick around for that. We're otherwise going to be in recess till 3:30 p.m. The plea hearing docket starts at 3:30 p.m., so I'll be in a recess until then.
Well, well, well. God dang. All these years we've been waiting. Never thought YNW Bortlen case would be dissolved before YNW Melly. But let's talk about it a little bit. Let me do my little reaction real quick. I got a few minutes before the bus comes. All right, so if you just tuning in, YNW Bortlen made the smartest decision that he could have made. He took the plea. Okay? And as y'all see, he's showing off his grills. Okay? His head being held high. He ain't looked down. None of that. He looked happy with the outcome. Okay? Originally, it was 16 years. However, the defense was able to negotiate a no contest plea, meaning he ain't saying he did or didn't do it. He just said, hey, yeah, maybe I might be one of the two people in the car. All that or whatever, okay? Now, he has to do 10 years in prison. When you add in the time he done did, plus the amount of time he has to serve is about 6 years. That's my calculation. I could be wrong, okay? I could be wrong, okay? But I'm thinking about 6 years. Okay, then he got 6 years probation, okay? Now, originally I was shocked when they said he is set to do a proffer later on, okay? However, I was just about to say that, crazy auntie. When the judge said, no matter what you decide to do with the proffer or whatever deal you decide to make, that has no bearing on this plea. So he has agreed to do a proffer with the state. He has not done it yet, okay? At this point, again, can't say exactly what he will say. Will he give up Melly? We don't know. He haven't done it yet, okay? He could get in there and freaking say he did it. I mean, I'm just throwing stuff. We don't know what he's going to say. So it's going to definitely be speculation. I ain't going to lie. When I hear proffer, I definitely think snitching. The same way how, proffer normally means you snitching on somebody. That's just how I look at it. However, until he do it, we don't know what he will say. Okay? So as of right now, the door is open for him to possibly work out some type of arrangement with his proffer with the state, but he hasn't done it yet. Hell, he can get back there, kick his feet up and decide not to do it because the judge already said it has no bearing on his case. At the end of the day, YNW Bortlen is under 30. I think he's like 25, 26, if that old. He may not be that old. He'll be out before by the time he's 31, 32. Still a good year because hell, I'm 36 and I'm still in my prime. Okay, so he'll be out before then. Okay, so y'all already know the street nigga bloggers gonna run the snitching campaign. I'm gonna say it definitely was high alert. Okay, to hear the proffer, but again, he hasn't done it yet. Y'all know I'm not one just throw a jacket on somebody. Okay, without knowing more. So until more information comes out, then that's just where we're at. But hey, his case is done. The 2019 case, the 2023 witness tampering case is over. So let me see. Let me go over to Boom real quick. Then I thought Boom probably broke it down. Okay, so enter a no contest plea to accessory after the fact and witness tampering. I believe those are the only 3 charges that he got. The 2 accessory after the fact and the witness tampering. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Hold on, give me a second. I'm on Twitter, y'all. Give me 1 second. The lawyer for the victim's family on a civil case wrote on Twitter, As predicted, YNW Bortlen took the plea deal. He also agreed to a proffer, which means he's talking. The sentence is accessory after the fact, and he will do 10 years plus 6 on probation minus any credit and gain time. We're already requested his deposition in the civil case. Now, again, that is what the lawyer said for the family. I'm going to just stick to the side of until he actually does a proffer. I don't know what he's going to say. Hell, he could shock everybody and free his homeboy somehow. I don't know. Hell, he can shock everybody and sink his homeboy. It's just right now, we just don't know. I'm just going to be honest. We just don't know. But y'all just be prepared. It's going to be definitely content for the next couple of days of people saying what they think, okay? Music said he did right because how his lawyer came in and looked drunk the other day. Shit, definitely want to put my life in his hand. Listen, okay? I would not have. I wouldn't put my. I told you if I was on the jury, I'd convict his ass. So if I was saying, hell yeah. And you said, Mickey, you got a secret admirer. My 6-year-old said that lady that's talking looks so cute. Oh, I appreciate it. So y'all, that's where we at. Y'all know it is my husband's birthday. I have spent 17 birthdays with my husband. Make me feel like I'm so old, okay? But we are having a day cookout. We started at 11 and it's until everybody drop. So I do have to get out of here. Thank you. I got to get out of here and get back to the function. I told him he had a lot of happy birthdays on YouTube, and he said thank you to everybody. He said he's an old man now. He turned 41 today. So yeah, we're gonna turn up. But I had to come do the content. I will be back. I promise y'all. Y'all know we're still looking for my cousin Angela Fuller. We have not got any movement on her case so far, so we are still looking. It's so much going on in my life right now, y'all. I be trying to stay tapped in with doing content. It's been hard, but I'm here for it. I'll try to get some content out to y'all. Anything but click say, wait, I thought you divorced. I done threatened to divorce him 20 times in the past 3 years, but no, we're not divorced. Yes, he took the plea. Rewind the live. He took the plea. Definitely. What's up, Jay? Backdoor said you seen Queso new trial. Yeah, I did a video a couple weeks of it. Oh, speaking of Queso, ATK Scotty definitely. That's funny, dude. Definitely request a new trial too. Dude say if she the true hubby is alive. All right, I gotta get up out of here. I appreciate y'all again. Hey, it is what it is at this point. We'll see what the proffer is. Whew. I hope, man, child. He need to get up with you up here sucking dick in the comments. We was having a good life. Let me block your stupid ass. All right, y'all. Let me get up. That's my sign. I'm out. Y'all already know. Y'all hit the like button on the way out if you have not. Happy birthday, Mr. Truth. Find Angela Fuller. Y'all be easy, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.